So hey womenpreneurs, in today's video, I want to talk to you about ways that you can increase your reach and profile visits on social media. So if you are anything like me, you have at least 4 to 5 different social media sites or online platforms that you are sharing content to in an effort to grow your reach and visibility online. So whether you are on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, or TikTok, you are more than likely creating tons of content each and every week in the form of blog posts, videos, pins, tweets, infographics, and captions, right? Just thinking about it can be exhausting. But we all know that when it comes to creating momentum around our brands, content is not just king, content is the kingdom. And because you want to maximize your efforts, every single piece of content that you create should be driving traffic and sales back to your business. So if you are someone who is struggling to get eyeballs on your content, you're struggling to get noticed, then you are going to want to stick around because I'm going to be sharing with you some of my top tips on how to increase your social media reach and profile visits and how to do it fast. Okay, we want to do things quickly. So tip number one, you want to create content with purpose. Random content is going to get you random results. Every piece of content that you create should be purposeful and it should be created with intention and in a way that attracts your ideal customer or client. Before I sit down to create anything, whether it is a blog post, a social media post, a product, I always ask myself, will this be helpful? Will it be useful to my target audience? Will it help them solve a problem or satisfy a need? If the answer is, I don't know, or maybe it will, or it might, then I'm going to need to rethink what I am about to put out there into the world. Each piece of content that I create is not only meant to attract my ideal customer avatar, but it is meant to drive them to an opt-in box or a landing page where I can then invite them to become a subscriber. Every single piece of content that I create and publish should be working to actively increase my email list and be actively working to increase my subscribers. You don't just want people reading your Facebook post or Instagram caption and then saying, oh, that was cool, and then they go on ahead about their merry business. You want them to read your content and then be curious enough to want to stick around, to want to be able to want to learn more from you or take the next step with you. And that is why every single post that you create should be something that can benefit your audience in some way. That way, they want to subscribe to your channel. They want to follow you on Instagram or click a link to get on your email list where they can continue to learn more from you or get more information from you that will benefit them. So tip number two, you want to create shareable content. Now, wouldn't it be awesome if everything that we put out into the internet went viral? Well, one way to help your chances is to make sure that other people want to save and share your content too. A lot of people don't know how to create shareable pieces of content that make it easy for other people to share it on their platforms. When you think about what it means to increase your reach, that means that you are getting in front of people that you normally would not be able to connect with. And in order to expand your business or your brand beyond your immediate social media following, you need to have other people sharing your content too. And this is why shareable content is so important, because your content is now being exposed to a whole new group of people. So what are some examples of shareable content? People love sharing quotes. People love sharing pinnable images and memes. People love sharing infographics. People love sharing short videos. A long blog post or Instagram caption even is not necessarily a shareable piece of content. Savable, yes, but not necessarily shareable. What you need to focus on is giving people visual candy that they can consume with their eyes. So if you have an insightful Instagram caption, break it up in a few smaller branded social media squares or social media posts that you can then publish as a carousel pin on Pinterest or as slides on Instagram. Okay, this way people have a visual of the written content of the words that you're saying in your caption, and that is going to make it easier for them to share it on their own platform. So tip number 3, you want to create content using different medium types. People like to consume content in many different ways, and with mobile especially being so popular, people are more likely to listen to a podcast or watch a video on their phone versus sitting down at a desktop to read something. I just mentioned that a blog post is less likely to be shared than a video. So if you know this, you'll want to make sure that you are creating content in more shareable mediums. That means video, branded images, infographics, short stories, Instagram stories over written posts. So tip number 4, you want to create content that is search engine optimized. People can't share your content if they can't find your content. So make sure that your content is SEO optimized. SEO simply stands for search engine optimization, and it's just a fancy way of saying you need to use words and phrases that attract your ideal audience in the search engines. You want to make sure that your blog posts and video titles are SEO friendly. You want to use the right tags and hashtags, and you want to use keywords in your descriptions, in your captions and social media posts that attract your ideal audience. Now, many of these platforms have built-in search filters that act as search engines. So when you type in a word or a phrase or a hashtag, they are going to pull up results of the most relevant content first. You want to be that relevant content, okay? You want to be in that group of relevant content, which means that you are going to be able to be seen first in the search results. And you have to be able to know how to leverage search engine optimization in order to get found. So I teach all of these strategies and more inside of my private members only membership site called Womenpreneur University. So if you are at all interested in learning more about how to increase your reach and profile visits beyond this video here, you're going to want to make sure that you sign up for my free 100K roadmap. The link is going to be below this video in the description box, and just make sure that you grab that free resource so that you can get access to the exact framework that I use to grow my online business to 6 figures. And this is what I teach. This is a framework for what I teach inside of Womenpreneur University. So I've given you 4 tips so far on how to create content that expands your reach and profile visits. But there is one more tip that I want to share with you that you can implement, and that is the OPP strategy, where you are sharing other people's posts. So if you have followers, influencers, and community members that are creating content that your audience will love also, make sure to repost it on your own social media feeds. You can generate more targeted traffic and boost visibility for yourself, because when you share other people's posts, they will want to share your content as well. So it's called the law of reciprocity. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. And as they share your content with their audience, with their network, with their community, with their email list, a percentage of those people will want to check you out for themselves. They're going to come back to your post or your blog or your video, and they're going to want to get more information from you. So this is going to boost your engagement, and people who may have never found you on their own are now aware of you, your brand, and your business. So we all know that more exposure leads to what? More sales and more money. So I've shared quite a few tips that you can start using today to begin increasing your traffic and the visits that you get to your social media and to your blog. So make sure that you save this video and come back to it if you need to, so that you can remember to implement all of the strategies that I just taught you. So as with anything else, nothing works unless you make it work. So take action, and I'll see you on the next video.